Hello and welcome back to Game Brigade. I'm your host, Brian, and on this show, we do reviews, previews, playthroughs, and have conversations about our favorite board games. So if that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing and supporting the show. So first off, before we get too far into the Kickstarter callback, which is today's episode, I want to say thank you for everyone that's been here and supporting the show, helping us grow. As of when this gets posted, it'll be January 1st, 2021, which I think is a great time to start off with another bang and take this channel even further. I'm incredibly amazed with when I came back to YouTube, how quickly this community has welcomed me into board gaming and how far we've grown and kind of gone in the eight or 10 months that we've been doing this. I can't exactly remember exactly how long we've been doing it, but again, I appreciate it, and it wouldn't be without your support, especially the people who join the Discord or talk to me on Instagram. You guys are the reason I keep doing this because of the friendships I've made, and I wouldn't replace that for anything. So thank you for that. Also, I am really impressed with how well this Kickstarter callback series has done. If you are new to the Kickstarter callback or you're new to the channel and you don't know what that is, it's where we go back 1 month and we see the games that I backed in the previous month. I usually also cover the Kickstarters that I covered. So you'll see every game that I've covered in a specific month, and then I'll also talk about games that I backed, which might include games I didn't cover or games I did cover. December was a hard month because there was just nothing out there for us to talk about. So this is going to be a little shorter episode. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. But without further ado, I guess we can probably just get started. So let's cut on over to the first game. So Vindication, the board game, and Chronicles expansion. This is one I covered, and I was pretty open that I was wanting this game. I missed it the first few times it's gone around, and I really wanted it for my collection. And I thought it was a great opportunity, and one of the things that kind of held me back from getting it was the lack of a narrative or story element to it. And supposedly the Chronicles expansion really adds that solo and story world that I kind of would like to have in this game. I mean, I could play worker placement games and whatnot, and I feel like things, that have no narrative. I can play games that have no narrative or have a weak theme that have strong gameplay. Don't get me wrong, but I am a theme guy. I like gameplay, I like theme, I like story, and I want to be wrapped into the world. I want to understand and feel part of it. So I'm hoping that this plays out. Now, in terms of what I backed, I only backed $1, and that's because the FAQ does state that $1 pledge can have full access to the pledge manager. So whenever that is offered, I do recommend it, unless the company is like really struggling for funding or whatnot, which these guys weren't. So I was fine paying $1. I'll take a look at the pledge manager and decide later what do I want to back. As of right now, I am most likely leaning still towards the green tier. Just one, I'm a collectionist. I love my collection. I like having everything, and I want to have a full, complete collection. Two, I like the free shipping offered that was in this, so I'm going to be looking at that. But again, once the pledge manager comes and I see total costs and whatnot, this can change. 100% this can change. That's why I didn't back at this tier. I wanted to wait until the pledge manager. One of the things I wanted to show you guys, which I thought was interesting, is we're going to click this and go to this, is Vindication offered a backer guide later into the campaign, which is pretty rare. A lot of companies don't do this, and I thought it was pretty interesting because, one, if you are completely new to Kickstarters or board games, you can have a hard time sometimes knowing what to back. So I thought that this was a good way for them to say, okay, look, we'll break it down tier by tier and say, if you fall into this category, this is probably the best thing to back. The only thing I don't really care for this is they don't have the green tier listed on this at all. It's just the orange and blue, but I think that's fine. But what I like is, look, if you're wanting everything gameplay related, this will take care of you. If you're looking for bare bones minimum solo experience, this is what you're looking for. If you're looking for what we recommend for solo, this is what we recommend. Like, this has a great breakdown for you, for anyone really. And I really hope more Kickstarters take a look at this and say, this is a really, especially if you have a game like this that has so many add-ons and so many of these promo packs, like it's just a good strategy, a good business practice. So Orange Nebula, I believe, is the creator of this. Thank you for doing that. It wasn't needed, and I think you went above and beyond for the community. So thank you for that, and I'm proud to say that I'm a backer for this one. Okay, so the next one is actually not a Kickstarter game. It's a GameFound game. So we are going to be taking a look at ISS Vanguard. Now, I also covered this one, and Vanguard has been going through kind of a turbulent era. I think if you were to say join the Facebook group, there's a lot of people. One, they're kind of hard on the shipping because the shipping to, say, Canada is really high, which it is. But there's reasons for that. That's outside of the realm of Awakened Realms. Like, it's outside of their control. But there's also been complaints in terms of the gameplay. Some people are very unhappy with the quality of the gameplay being presented, especially with the push your luck and the dice rolling and some of the negative effects just not being interesting enough. And what I like is Awakened Realms has noted that. So in one of the latest updates, they talked about how they're really looking at improving the core mechanics of the game. And they say that the prototype that they sent out, you can see the prototype on Board Game Co. or Quackalope also has a gameplay. If you're looking for the gameplay footage, they said that the prototype they felt was a success in terms of the gameplay. But a lot of these people only played the first one or two scenarios. So one of the complaints people were having is, okay, but as the game progresses, how many hours of this basic dice management game will this be compelling to finish this game, especially when you're looking at a $100 base game or $180 with the minis, which a lot of people want the minis. So I'm impressed to see that Awakened Realms is saying, okay, we're taking a look at how we can improve these dice roll mechanics. We're really looking for the fall forward idea, which I really like, the fall forward, where if you fail a roll, it doesn't necessarily mean you're done. You have to roll again. It says, okay, well, you get to keep going, but the failed roll maybe will change you down your different path because things are different now, which is in reality how things would work. Like if you failed to jump over the cliff, now you're not jumping over the cliff again until you get it. You have to actually traverse now the caverns that you fell into or whatever. I don't know. Just kind of talking on my butt there. But that's the idea. And so I liked that they're saying, okay, we're looking at the core mechanics. So we want to find a way that we can improve the gameplay to meet the standards that people are kind of expecting of them. The only thing that I get nervous about with stuff like that is Awakened Realms has had a shaky past with rules that are not fully fleshed out or rule books that need development more. And so I'm hoping that by going back and retweaking the rules, that we're not going to have, a bunch of rules that are all over the place or, not fully fleshed out or organized well. I actually saw a great thing on Reddit. This is a side tangent that showed kind of like a tangent on how rule books need to do better, especially in the modern board gaming. And I actually fully agree with that. I think not a lot of people, not a lot of game developers take into consideration how important a rule book is in terms of the readability and the teaching. And I know a lot of people, the reason we have a Shelf of Shames is we don't want to learn a new game. It's just daunting sometimes to learn a new game. Or if you pull out a rule book and you start reading, you're like, I don't understand this. This is just hard. And if there's no how to play videos on the internet for you, you can just, that game is now shelved until you see a how to play video. So side tangent done. I do hope that Awakened Realms, they've hired some people to help with the writing of the rule book. So I'm hoping that will take care of it and that the poor writing and layout of the rule books is a thing of the past. I think they hired the guy from the YouTube channel Gaming Rules. I think he's a EU YouTuber. So I'm hoping to see that comes into something and actually turns into something positive. But for the Kickstarter callback, that's it. I don't have any late pledge videos only because the scheduling of this video going live kind of conflicted with the late pledge. I was going to cover Starlight or Stars of Akarios. So let's see if I can show you guys real quick. We'll cut back. This is a bonus part. So Stars of Akarios, you can see how it has a late pledge option, but actually you can't see it because my face is in the way. There you go. You can kind of see it there. Okay. So they have this late pledge option, but I believe, according to the last update, is they're cutting this out in the end of the month, the 31st. So I wanted to originally make a video for this earlier, but with the timeline, I decided to take some time off for Christmas, spend time with my family. So unfortunately, this video will not go live. If they do offer another late pledge, though, if Stars of Akarios does offer a late pledge, I think this is a game a lot of people should take a second consideration at, especially if you enjoy kind of miniature wargaming battles, because the way this has the exploration part of the board game as well as the miniature wargaming part of the board game, I think it's kind of cool and unique. So if it's still late pledge, if the late pledge is still there, check it out. I think it's awesome. But most likely, I believe, at the time this video will get posted on the 1st of January, it will not be available. So there was your bonus content. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you have enjoyed this show, if you guys are liking the Kickstarter callbacks, you know how to help me. Hit the thumbs up button. Show YouTube that the algorithm is working and we want to keep seeing more Game Brigade. I'm hoping that we might change the schedule for our show. I'm deciding. I'm trying to think about better ways to upload content and more firm times. Right now we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We upload at 5 a.m. Eastern. So I am kind of kicking around the idea of changing that around because I want to do more gameplay videos, which is requiring more time for me to record and film. So maybe we'll do some sort of like Tuesday, Thursday upload schedule. Then I can have like Thursday all the way to next Tuesday to do some gameplay playthroughs. So I'm still playing around with that idea. But again, I don't want to leave you guys with hanging with no content. So we'll figure it out. If you guys want to join me in the Discord, I would love to have conversations regarding that. Anyways, that's the end of the show. If you are still here for the Oathsworn giveaway, don't worry, I have not forgotten about you. What I'm going to do for this one is we're going to do the hashtag New Year, hashtag New Year, and let me know what you guys are thinking about the new year. It's 2020 was quite the year. I'm hoping 2021 will be a new change for all of us. So for me, Brian here at Game Brigade, I wish you all a happy new year, and let's get gaming.